A bullet in your head is how I want it. A body on the floor, a Kodak moment. You're a waste of air. Don't waste our space. I want sharp objects to fly into your face. I hate you now more than I ever did. I wanna kill you and dig you up and do it again. I want a car to run over your head. Put it in reverse and do it again. And I would be lying if I said that it wasn't true. I only want bad things to happen to you. I want bad things to happen to you. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, John.
Happy Halloween, Ben.
How are you doing this evening, big boy?
I'm not quite feeling myself.
Are you not?
No.
I'm not quite feeling myself either, John. What about you, Adam?
No, me neither.
Adam over there, the poor boy, has just gone for his fifth, and now look at him. I mean, come on. John?
Yeah.
What happened?
To what?
Well, there's a distinct lack of skin there, my friend.
The diet's gone badly.
You look like my mate here. You look like my mate.
I do a bit.
How are we this evening anyway? Other than the obvious. How are we?
I actually don't feel too great, to be fair.
Well, you don't look too great either.
Oh.
So, John,
Ben.
can you actually see?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Show me a finger. Well, you need to put yourself on screen to show me. Right. Show me fingers. Well, that would be the single digit. Yeah. Yeah. That's two.
Did you know
That's two digits.
Well, the good thing about this right now is I'm the only one of all three of us that can smile.
I can smile. Look at me smiling.
Adam. Was it
Yes.
Shiza or Maherna?
It was a bit of both.
Oh my god, a bit of both. You didn't go to that one in Southampton, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, John, introduce the show.
And I'd like to welcome one and all to this, the Halloween special of All In with me, Ben, and Adam.
Hi. See this right now. This today, this is quite, it's casual. It's laid back. It's anything goes. It's fucking Halloween. We're all dressed like tits. Adam's got a dick for a nose. He's got Shiza nose. And, the world's gone to pot. Keir Starmer, John.
Yeah, what's all that about?
Well, he is part of the Privy Council, isn't he? So they do have Privy Council meetings in the Cabinet Office, but...
Oh, do they?
But it seems to be big news. It seems that, oh my God, Keir Starmer's gone in the cabinet office.
Maybe the king's dead.
I mean, that would not shock me in the slightest.
I know what it is. It's not that at all. It's Matt Hancock's new book. That's what it is.
Oh, that's start as we mean to go on. Start as we mean to go on.
Hancock's just such a tip.
It's real as well, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And is that really going to be the cover?
Yeah, of course it is.
It should have been called The Pandemic Diaries by Matt Hancock, aged 45 3/4.
Right. Okay. Just, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on screen right now, Matt Hancock is releasing his book, The Pandemic Diaries, the inside story of Britain's battle against the coup. And it's going to be all about how Mr. Hancock himself single-handedly saved us all from...
You know who else wrote a diary like this?
Who?
Adrian Mole.
I just did that.
No.
Listen,
I've been saving that one though.
listen. Let's not joke around. We've got no need to joke around, because this is coming, ladies and gentlemen, to a Poundland discount bin near you very, very soon. And you'll be able to go into that Poundland and you'll be able to find it in the bottom. John, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm summoning.
What are you summoning?
Summoning evil spirits
Oh.
to take that cunt away and stop him annoying me.
Vaughan says in the chat, John's lost weight.
Thanks, Vaughn.
Yeah, thanks for noticing. I think you very much appreciate it. Trudy says, no way John's going to keep that on. Well, in spirit of in spirit of the occasion, and as it's Halloween, I'm not drinking my Red Bull tonight. Red Bull, please sponsor us, by the way, because you're costing me an absolute fucking fortune. Tonight, I'm drinking Monster Energy, because Monster, spooky. John, do some kind of spooky noise, please.
666.
That's not a fucking spooky noise. You've got a noise board.
Yeah,
Use it.
yeah. Whoa, hold on. What happened there?
Nothing got summoned.
I think that was Adam clearing his nose.
It was me preparing for another stolen joke.
Yes.
Let us pray. No, anyway, it's been a really fucking odd weekend, isn't it?
Mm.
Lots have happened. Look at this, 4 hours ago, Brixton shooting.
Yeah, yeah.
2 dead amid horrific scene as neighbours rush to give CPR. And what is this world coming to, man?
Well,
Seriously.
I mean, right, you can't buy a gun in Britain, right?
No, you can't.
So only bad people have guns.
I always say this.
Right, so either the bad people are fighting each other, or the bad people are killing good people. I don't know what it is. I suspect it's the former in this occasion. I think the bad people have been killing each other.
Yeah, and our good friend Shalini actually lived in Brixton, and I hope she's all right, and things like that, you know. It's just, you're absolutely right, and it pisses me off because, you know, we've got all these laws in this country, prohibition of guns and things like that. And then you think about it, and if somebody comes into your house with a gun,
Yeah.
and this is your defense, right? This is the only item you've got
Don't-
to hand to defend
don't-
yourself.
Don't bring a baseball bat to a gunfight.
Well, what's going to happen? Who's going to
You're
win
gonna
that
get
fight?
shot. Well, generally, the person with the gun will.
And so, we do have to point the fact out. The fact has to be pointed out that the only people that have guns in this country are bad people, farmers who have got them legally, and police. That's it. That is it.
Well, you didn't need to put the police in. I think you covered them with the bad people.
From an ex-fucking firearms officer.
Well.
Oh.
Yeah, but the police aren't the police that I used to be in.
No, they're not. And like I said, you're not going to win if a bad person comes into your house. It's basically, if they want to shoot and kill you, it's death sentence. You've no way to defend yourself. And bad people still gonna get guns. They don't care about the law, or else they wouldn't be breaking into your house, would they? In the theoretical instance, they wouldn't be gang fighting in the streets and things like that.
They wouldn't have guns.
They wouldn't have guns. They don't care about the law, and so I'm pro 2A when it comes to the United States. I am very pro 2A because I think you should be able to defend yourself. I mean, a responsible gun owner should be able to defend themselves. It's just my personal opinion.
But the Second Amendment isn't designed for that.
No, it's designed to form a well-organised militia to go and take down the government.
Should the government step out of line, yeah?
Yeah, the Second Amendment exists to keep the government of the day in check. That is the reason that it exists.
And that's the reason that the government are so desperate to take their guns off you in America.
Yeah, it is.
Because they don't want to be kept in check.
Well, you say your government is the Democrats.
Yeah.
But the one thing I will say about the Republicans is they seem to be very pro 2A. They seem to be pro the Second Amendment, knowing the full weight of what it means, meaning they feel confident that they can be kept in check. Just my opinion, obviously.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, as it's Halloween, and we need to get the depressing stuff out of the way. Let's talk about what's happened in South Korea, shall we?
Yeah.
I mean, it's now up to over 150 dead, isn't it?
Did you see how it was reported initially?
Go for it, tell us.
They said it was a cardiac arrest, a mass cardiac arrest.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
which was a very odd way to report it.
So, I'll tell you a little story. So, I was at Disneyland Paris, and there was a big bang, and it caused a stampede through Disney Village. People rushed out of restaurants, and it was like a knock-on domino effect. A bunch of people screamed, and then started running. A bunch more people screamed and started running. And then all of a sudden, the army was there and locked down the entire resort. Because there was a mass stampede of hysteria. And what's happened in South Korea, I think, is a case study in mass hysteria.
Why is there a hand on your screen?
Where? Oh, that's my mouse.
All right.
Sorry about that. But yeah, what's happened in South Korea is mass hysteria. It appears, from what I can discern, and I'm not 100% this is true, but from all of the reports I've been looking into, it started with 5 or 6 men having a fight. They knocked into some people. Panic. People thought there was something going on, and they all rushed. Next thing you know, you've got thousands and thousands of people rushing up a narrow hill or down a narrow hill. Turns into a stampede, and 150 plus people are crushed to death. Way more than 100 in critical condition, more expected to die. Case study in mass hysteria, and a really concentrated version of what we've seen over the last 2.5 years. Am I right?
Yeah.
That's a picture from a building of the crowd.
Yeah. Well, that's not an unusual crowd to have in Far Eastern country.
Well, no, because you got to understand their populations are big and their cities are small, right?
And they don't have the same problems with being in close proximity to each other that we do.
No, you're absolutely right. But how do we? Right, because you've got the Korean government now saying they're going to look and see what they can do to ensure this doesn't happen again. That worried me because the only thing in my personal view that you can do is stop people going out.
Yeah.
Because what else can you do?
I mean, I don't know.
What else can you do? Because...
Well, what did they die off?
Crushing, mostly.
Yeah.
About 17 or 18 of them did have cardiac arrest, Adam.
Really? Right.
But for the most part, it was
That's
crushing.
a lot of cardiac arrests.
Yeah, it is a lot of cardiac arrests.
And what would probably be predominantly a young person's gathering.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting, isn't it, John?
Yeah.
Can't see much grey hair there, can you? It's all sort of like black-haired individuals.
If you two are hot in your masks, I will look like the only tip for the show. I'm quite happy for that. So it's entirely up to you. I don't mind.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh no, don't go in that close. Jesus. That's too close.
That's not Jesus. I thought Jesus looked like Noel Edmonds.
He does.
Oh, Jesus is Noel Edmonds. Anyhow. Let's move on. What's grinding your guys' gears then? Come on. Oh my God, John, that's scary as fuck. Stop that. Oh, I'm cutting to just me and John. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I have control of the cameras, Adam. So let's start with you, John, then. Is there anything in particular that you think needs more deep diving?
Sorry. Don't know where that came from. I don't know.
What about the chat? Come on. We've got to keep this moving.
Yeah.
Come on, right. Let's reset. Let's start again. We're all dressed like tits. I've done a musical number, right? Mm-hmm. All this fake blood is probably going to stain all over me tomorrow. I'm all in on this. That's it. John, you've put weight back on.
Means I've got to get rid of mine as well.
Yeah, no. Dudes, if you don't feel great... And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, I went with face paint. Right, Adam, turn the fucking nose off.
Oh no, the nose is stuck on.
Hang on. Adam, turn the nose off.
The nose is going.
Just turn yourself into Arnold Rimmer and let's go.
There we go. Much better.
There we go. So,
Or do we prefer the Android?
Trudy asks in the chat, very interesting question, is Elon Musk a troll?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course he is.
he's the world's richest troll.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. But, did you see his tweet from earlier? If I had $1 for every time someone asked me if Trump is coming back on this platform, Twitter would be minting money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. And what have you got there for us, Adam?
This is what I'm saving up for. I'm going to be a blue checkmark by the time Elon is in charge. Well, when he's properly in charge, because at the moment he's not really, is he? He's kind of in there, but he only owns 75% at the moment, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'm saving up. I'm going to get up to the $20. There he is. Look at the bottom there.
What do you mean he only owns 75%?
He's the sole shareholder, Adam.
Is he already? I thought he only owned 75%.
No,
And he's the only director now.
he's the only director.
No, you
He's
see.
fired the entire board.
The board's gone.
They're all gone. Every last one of them. And it looks like he's going to make sure they don't get their golden parachute as well. So, Elon Musk, I salute you.
Yeah.
And people might say, oh, that's so harsh. What, you want to give millions of dollars to people who have spent the last God knows how many years censoring you? Censoring you.
So are you going to pay? If you get back onto Twitter, are you going to pay?
I don't have
For
any
what?
money.
to be a blue check mark
No, why?
because of all the advantages that it gives you.
What advantage does it give you?
Absolutely none. I mean, 81.5% wouldn't pay, but there's Elon Musk at the bottom saying interesting.
So Stephen King's going to leave the platform if he has to pay.
Why? He could just continue on his account with his followers without his checkmark.
Yeah, but Stephen King's an egotistical wank. Of course he's going to leave if he loses his blue check mark.
I'm going to issue a challenge to Stephen King right now. I've got a challenge for Stephen King. Right, fuck off with your Twitter thing. Right, nobody cares. Nobody cares. You want to leave Twitter, leave Twitter. But please, write an ending for a book. Just that's all I want you to do, Stephen. Finish a book, please.
Well, yeah, try. I'd like him to actually write. Well, I wouldn't because I find his writing somewhat tedious. I must admit, right? It's just it goes on and on for way too long. It's like, I mean, if he has sex like this, his wife must be fucking bored out her skull. She's probably got a TV installed in the ceiling.
Steve, I imagine she's still waiting for him to finish.
Yeah. Have you done yet, Stephen? Fuck's sake.
Militant Mushroom says it's his nemesis. Why is... I'm interested now. I'm interested, but... do you think, guys, he's gonna let Trump back on the platform?
Yeah, why wouldn't he?
Well, the BBC said he would, so it's going to
Yeah,
happen.
but I don't think Trump will. I don't think Trump will come.
Trump said something very interesting in a press conference, I think yesterday. He said Twitter's not going to succeed without Trump. Trump said that.
Well, Truth Social's doing great, isn't it?
I mean, we're on there.
Yeah, we are.
I barely post on there because no offense to it, no offense. It's an echo.
An echo chamber. It's no fun.
It's an echo chamber, and we want to talk to people from all sides. We want to have a laugh with people from all sides, and we want you guys to come and have a laugh with us as well.
We want to have a laugh at people. Like defense of Ukraine.
What have they done now, John?
Oh, the best one though was the dog one, and what it's obviously been the reply's obviously been, what would you call it? What do you call it when the deboost? It's obviously been deboosted because that's one of the best replies I've ever seen.
Yeah, it really is. It's one of the best replies I've ever seen as well. Adam, that's really creepy.
I'm just trying to find that.
What?
I'm trying to find that dog tweet, the original.
Just
I mean, look here. This is interesting from Trudy.
have a look now. There's a picture of it in our chat.
Yeah, there is. Let's have a look.
So this is interesting from Trudy. She says, "I'm on it, and but don't use it," and deleted the app. That's Truth Social. Because also the way that the layout works, it annoys me. Like, you can't see trending. There isn't a news section. There isn't anything like that, and it's so basic.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it, so to speak. I'm just saying
I am. I just it's not a great platform.
Oh, we've been reinstated to Instagram, John.
It's about time.
Yeah, super.
I don't actually know what's happened. Nobody, they haven't said anything yet.
We will know soon.
Well, something's obviously gone wrong for some people because it didn't affect the Jim's account.
It affected tens of thousands of people.
Yeah, but how many millions of people are on Instagram?
Yeah.
Instagram's bigger than Twitter, isn't it?
Here, the general public are finally fighting back against Just Stop Oil. Yeah, it was always going to happen, wasn't it?
And what are they doing?
They're dragging them out the road and throwing them in bushes.
Yeah, threw him against a crash barrier, actually.
Yeah. And you know what? Whilst we do not condone violence here on this channel, despite the fact I might look this way, we do not condone violence, and it's still really funny.
It was funny.
The problem is they've now brought it on themselves, and I want to go on a little bit of a rant here, boys, because Just Stop Oil, they keep putting out tweets And these tweets say, sign up for arrestable direct action here. Yeah? Meaning that the people that are running the Just Stop Oil Twitter account are... what they are doing is they are sitting behind their keyboards. They don't go out in public. They're sitting behind their keyboards. They're recruiting vulnerable, gullible idiots. And if you look at these paintings that they've done today, they hit 4 targets in London today. It was fucking pensioners that did it, right?
Yeah.
Pensioners with the big paint can. So they've recruited these pensioners, these vulnerable, these idiotic pensioners who don't know what they're talking about, have never looked at any kind of science on anything. They just believe the rhetoric. It's like a cult, as we say. And they send them out to do this stuff, get them a criminal record, get them remanded in custody. And the people behind it all are sitting there going, look what we've done. We've raised awareness. They're not the ones going to prison, are they? They're literally putting out tweets. And I'm sorry, but if you want a case, okay, if you want a case for banning a Twitter account, and I think, right, you know me, I don't do censorship. But I think when you're literally tweeting out, sign up here to commit fucking crimes, maybe that's a bannable offence, because maybe, just maybe, that is actually against the law. Am I right?
Yep.
They tweet out daily, sign up for arrestable direct action. That means criminal activity. And these people are just allowed to continue tweeting? I don't know. I don't know. Because like I say, I don't think that that's censorship when you're stopping people from saying, yo, come here to commit fucking crimes, criminal damage, maybe assault. I don't know. That's just me. What do you think, Adam?
Well, I think there is something going on here that we're not aware of. I think that XR, I think that Just Stop Oil, I think that Don't Pay UK, I think they're all government-inspired organisations. That's my opinion. I think they're there to make us think that protesting doesn't work and that we shouldn't protest because we look like mugs when we do it. And these sort of people that are going out doing it in a stupid fashion like this, that are getting into trouble, they're causing massive problems for the infrastructure and for people honest people who want to earn a living, getting to work on time. They can't get to work because of these people in the middle of the bloody road.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, they'll be funded by the oil companies.
Well, that's it. But also, it's government inspired as well. I mean, we've seen people that we know are government anarchists working with these groups, and we know they're all linked. We know there's organizations that are linking these together, and we've seen links to the political parties as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, particularly Labour.
Yeah, we have. And look at the Greens, look at their links to XR and things like that. We won't be able to vote for anybody. We won't be able to protest because they'll make protest illegal because of these groups that are doing these silly things, and they're turning the public against them. And that's the key. That's what they're doing. It's obvious.
But the thing is, what you're talking about there are the people sitting behind the keyboard, tweeting out, right? The people sitting in the row, the people with the paint cans, they are the useful idiots, or they are disposable. They are disposable.
That's exactly what they are.
What they've done is they managed to weaponize the people that do recycling, that watch David Attenborough on the TV, that love the planet, and they've weaponized them. I mean, that's really clever stuff, but it's also really dangerous.
Yeah, you get grannies doing in petrol pumps with chisels and hammers.
It's really important.
But making sure they've got their safety glasses on. Don't want to get a splinter in my eye.
It's really important that we just stop oil. That's my best Attenborough. That's the best you're getting.
But it's sad, isn't it? I mean, I saw somebody tweeted today that, these people are ruining our ability to protest. And they are. The government will come up against them and say, look, okay, they're causing too many problems. These honest people who drive white vans.
They're killing people.
Exactly, yeah.
No,
killing people.
Yeah.
It's no laughing matter, is it?
And it's going to
No,
make...
I mean but that's what the government will say. They're killing people. We can't allow this to happen.
Mm.
One death is one death too many.
Unless,
Isn't
of
that their
course,
mantra? Don't the government always say that? One death is one death too many.
I
They
mean,
do.
they say that in certain situations.
Yeah.
In other situations, they just go, what death?
Yeah.
What death?
Died within 28 days.
Yeah, I died in 28 days. Fine, nothing to see here, folks.
Move along now.
Move along, nothing to see here. But yeah, no. Anyway, these people sitting in the road, they're absolutely useful idiots. They are not the masterminds. They are not the people controlling this. They are not the people who are controlling this are not going to get, well, hopefully they do eventually get criminal records, because actually, going back to what I was originally saying about it, I think when you're tweeting out, sign up here to commit crimes on our behalf, you are actually committing a crime.
But Ben, it's to save the planet. So what they've done is they've weaponized these people. They've told them that they're doing the right thing, no matter what anybody else tells them, and it is a cult. It's a personality cult.
You're absolutely right, my friend. And you, in this group of three here, you are the expert on cults.
Mm.
You are very much. In fact, it's Halloween. Let's talk about cults, shall we? Come on, let's talk about cults. Adam, give us a putting you on the spot here. Give us a brief explanation as to what a cult is.
Well, there's a really good podcast called the Parcast Network that has a really good series called Cults. And if you listen on there, they go through everything from Shinrikyo to Charles Manson and his cult. They go on to talk about loads of British cults, Exclusive Brethren, Plymouth Brethren. There's loads on there. So if you are interested in cults, that's the best place that I've found. And they make it in an easy to understand format as well. So they explain everything. They're not psychologists, but they go into great detail about what the cults do to control your mind. And you know, we've seen that over the last sort of 2-3 years, haven't we, in this country, on how cults work.
Yeah.
We've experienced it. We've lived it.
Yeah, we have. But in your view, how easy is it to fall into a cult-like behavior?
Well, we're all subject to cult-like behavior every day when we look at a sign that tells us to do something, or a bit of marketing that tells us to buy some toothpaste, even though the toothpaste isn't proven to work. It's everywhere. It's endemic in our society. We're told, and we're given lies to listen to, and we're told that this will help us, and we're love bombed. We are given ultimatums. And
that is one of the that phrase there, love bombing. That is one of the biggest tools of cults, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they do something for you, but they expect something in return. And that's the key. And they virtue signal as well. Virtue signaling is a big part of cult behavior, because they appear to have done the right thing, but what they're actually doing is completely the wrong thing, and it's really damaging to you.
Trudy says, I studied cults in sociology and loved it. Well, we got cults all over the place. I mean, we've got cults in mainstream society as well. Scientology, for example.
Oh, hold on a minute there. Surely Scientology is a religion.
Just because they've got tax exempt status in the United States does not mean that I see them as a religion, John.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter what you see them as. They are technically a religion, are they not?
In the United States.
Okay. What about Mormons? Are they cults?
Well, I'm just...
The Mormons are a cult.
I see, the thing is, I'm probably the wrong person to ask here, because...
Oh, we're asking what your thoughts are, because you've told us that, in your view, Scientology is a cult.
Well, listen,
okay?
listen. I'll tell you my view. I'll tell you my view. I believe that anybody or anything blindly following something that cannot be proved to be true and putting all of their faith into it is cult-like behavior. That's what I think. But just be. Now I'm not gonna knock anybody for
I'm not asking you to
believing
knock
them.
anyone.
I'm just saying that's what I believe.
I mean, I personally think all religion is a cult.
Yep. I
Because
would agree with you, John.
I don't think there's any difference between a cult and a religion when it comes down to the definition.
I mean, a cult normally is reserved for an extreme religion, isn't it?
No, they say that, but ultimately, if you outline, the definition of a cult and then outline the definition of a religion, the parallels are almost exact.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And
No.
this is why, like I say, I think anybody putting blind faith in, especially a higher power, is exhibiting cult-like behaviour. But will I knock them for it? I think people should be able to believe what they want to believe.
But
And
no one's brought up anything about knocking people for it. We're
No.
just saying what these organisations are. I mean, if you think about it, the Salvation Army is a bit of a cult.
Definitely. Yeah,
You
they
know?
didn't allow homosexuals. They didn't. They advocated corporal punishment for children.
Yeah.
There's lots of quite extreme things that the Salvation Army have done.
And then if you carry on down this route, when you look into things like your local golf club's a bit of a cult.
Completely. I worked at a golf club. And bingo halls. Has anyone ever been into a bingo hall?
No.
Well, don't. They are scary places.
2 fat ladies, 88.
So yeah. I mean, there's a lot of cult behavior. But is it part of tribalism? Is it part of our psyche that we need to feel belonging? We need to feel part of a team.
Well, that is nationalism, isn't it? To an extent. I mean, we're part of the UK. We're part of England. We're part of Scotland. We're part of Wales.
Yeah, but do you need your tribe to be smaller and more immediate so you can relate to them on a more intimate level?
Well, it's like when you're at school, isn't it? You're always fighting with the next school. You go out on the field and throw your jumpers at each other and, throw conkers at each other.
Or you play each other at sports.
Yeah.
But that's
exactly.
just a ritualized fight, isn't it? A sport.
Yep.
In real terms. So we're all just conditioned, and we're conditioned for those that are in power to take advantage of our animal instincts.
Yeah, no, he's not wrong.
Yep.
He's not wrong. You're not wrong. And people, governments, advertisers, companies use that psychological behavior against us to get us to obey, and to get us to purchase, and to get us to consume, and then they use what we call programming, TV programming, for example. That's why it's called programming, to program you. And to be honest, we don't really know what I'm going very deep here tonight. We don't really know what this world is around us, do we, John?
Oh, it could all be a simulation, couldn't it? Well, they reckon. What is it? They reckon that all the markers are there that this is a simulation, and if it was a simulation, it's more than likely it wouldn't have been the first simulation, and it's probably not the first simulation. So we could be in a simulation within a simulation within a simulation. God knows how deep we are.
What are we looking at here, Adam?
This is a Russian movie called Branded.
Right.
In future Moscow, where corporate brands have created a disillusioned population, one man's effort to unlock the truth behind the conspiracy will lead to an epic battle with hidden forces that control the world.
Okay.
I've watched a few movies on Amazon of Russian origin, and they're all terrible.
Of course they are.
Well, this is quite good. You see that?
Although I'll be honest, I think the production value is slightly better than that coming out of Ukraine at the moment.
Have you seen the movies? Have you ever seen the movies that come out of South Korea? They knock out like a low-budget sci-fi movie every other week, and the CGI
really good, Suburb.
But the CGI is always worse than a PlayStation 1.
What was that one with the big monster in the sewers?
I'm
that
not
came
sure.
out of. It was a big grey like elephant monster that came out of the sewers. I'll remember what it is. That was
A big
good. That was.
elephant seal.
Speaking of movies,
Branded.
let's push the second channel for a minute, shall we? It's called 100 Acre Swamp, and we'd really appreciate if people go and sign up over there.
Oh, and there's going to be loads of shorts coming out on it.
There's going to be loads. You said you put one out today. It doesn't seem to be there. I did look.
What do you mean it's not there?
I mean, I looked and I couldn't find it. But still.
Colour me intrigued. I'm going to have a quick swatch at this.
But still, we're going to start doing a little show, maybe once a week, where the three of us get together and one of us randomly picks one of the worst movies we can think of, surprises the other two with what it is, and then we're going to watch it together. You'll be able to see us react to these piles of crap, and then we'll talk about it in depth afterwards as well. And then we'll have a good laugh doing it because, you know, we got to do a bit more real life stuff, a bit more pop culture stuff, and have a bit more fun because that is ultimately what we're trying to do here. We're trying to entertain you whilst we're trying to give you the news as well. But the news is so damn depressing sometimes. I mean, Adam.
Yes.
Give us an example of what's trending on Twitter right now. Just let us know what is trending on Twitter. And how joyful is it all? Come on.
Okay. The first one I've clicked on is KA52.
What's KA52?
A video surfaced allegedly showing the planting of explosive charges on a Russian KA-52 helicopter by a saboteur on Veritai Air Base. According to Russian media, 2 helicopters then were damaged to unknown explosions on the 30th of October. So this looks like propaganda to me, and this is obviously what Twitter has descended into.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is it's not very happy.
No, well, it's not. If that's what you're interested in, then, you know, go for it. But
so what else is trending on Twitter?
Let's have a look at the other trends then.
And I'm talking about natural trends here, not paid for artificial trends.
There we go. We've got Happy Halloween, number 1.
Okay, well that makes sense as it is Halloween. It is Halloween.
We've got the Witch Farm Listen Along.
What the hell is that?
The Witch Farm. Oh, it's a BBC thing. Look at that. Episode 3,
next.
The Old Woman. Yeah, let's go.
Next.
Okay.
Next.
We've got Italia 90. I guess that's football, is it?
Yeah,
I imagine.
Probably a paid for trend.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So again, Gullis, Channel 4 News. What did he do?
What did he do? Come on, tell us. Jonathan Gullis has just
been incredibly irresponsible on Channel 4 News by fanning fear and hatred of asylum seekers and then saying his constituency has more than 800 with another 82 on the way and then naming the hotel where they'll be staying, especially after yesterday.
So not very joyful.
No.
Right, yeah. Let's have a look at more.
Exeter. Now I guess this is going to be the sewage, is it? Probably.
Let's have a look.
Exeter spoon maker. No, that can't be it. There we go. Look, somebody's playing football. I guess
Looks like
is that
football.
Plymouth? It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's football.
Okay.
Right,
There's a mix of things in there.
Right, yeah. What else?
I'm a celeb. That's back as well. I'm amazed they brought that back.
Who's on it?
Oh look, meet your 2022.
Oh, there we go.
campaign.
Look at that.
So that was Boy George, and then who the hell is everyone else? So far, I don't recognise any of them.
Babatunde Olivia Atwood. She was in Love Island, so she's a really big celebrity.
Who else we got?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah, let's go back to the beginning. Meet your campmates. Boy George.
Scarlett Douglas, Chris Moyles, Sue Cleaver, Mike Tyndall.
I know who Chris Moyles and Boy George are.
Owen Warner, Jill Scott. These are all such great celebrities, aren't they?
I mean,
we don't even know who half of them are. That's how you know you're getting old, isn't it? When you
don't know who 80% of them are.
So is that it then? Is that all we've got in the?
Are they celebrity? Are these people celebrity?
Not at all. No. I thought he was in jail.
Didn't he have someone chained to his radiator?
I thought that. Yeah. How is he an I'm a celebrity?
And he's also been on The Voice, isn't he? Since chaining someone to his radiator.
Who are we talking about?
Was it Boy George?
Yeah.
So please fact check me here because I don't want I don't want to say Boy George chained somebody to his radiator.
He
and
did.
didn't.
He did.
Just fact check it.
Yeah.
I want to be careful here.
Why? What have you got to lose?
Still, the channel, John. The channel. So let's
Right, I will Google it.
just Google.
Googling Boy George radiator.
I just find that strange because I'm pretty much convinced I put that short up, and yet you were right, it wasn't there.
No.
There we go. Former male escort who was chained to a radiator and beaten by Boy George says the singer ruined his life and shouldn't be on The Voice.
Ole!
There we go. Anyway,
Apparently,
so we've got
apparently,
some other people.
apparently Sue Cleaver is from Corrie, so about a third of the country will know who she is.
Right, okay.
And Militant Mushroom says he chained somebody to the radiator for a few days. See, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. And, you know...
Perhaps he was just after a plumber. You know, it is hard to get tradesmen these
Well,
days.
you know what? I mean, you chain the odd guy to a radiator, you can't be castigated for your whole life, can you?
Imagine if he'd done it to a woman. Just for a minute. Just for a minute.
But Big George...
No. Okay. Let's not look at the fact that Boy George is gay, right? Well, okay. So let's take Boy George completely out of the equation. Imagine some other celebrity chained a woman to a radiator for a few days.
Okay.
Would they ever work again?
As a what?
As a celebrity. Would they get coaching roles on The Voice? Would they get spots on I'm a Celebrity?
He's not just working; he's getting paid £300,000 for The Voice as well. Look.
So if a celebrity, a male celebrity, chained a woman to a radiator
Against the will.
Yeah, and beat them.
Against the will.
Would he have these roles?
Probably not.
No, of course he wouldn't. So why is it okay that he did it to a man?
Nobody's saying that's okay.
Well,
do you know what I want to know? If he was being paid £300,000, why is he wearing those shoes? Look at those shoes; they're a state, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty bad actually. But regardless, Militant Mushroom says no. Trudy says no. Militant Mushroom says cancelled. And exactly, well, it wouldn't just been cancelled, would it? He'd have been Me Too. He'd have been Me Too.
Yep.
But Me Too clearly doesn't apply when the man is the victim, does it? And that you know, people might go, oh, we shouldn't be saying this. Yes, I should, because you know what? Men can be victims too, and I can speak from experience there. Men can be victims too. And if you're going to cancel someone hard, if they do something like this to a woman via Me Too, then at least fucking hold your own standards up.
Yeah.
Because maybe he deserves a second chance, but then maybe everyone else deserves a second chance. It depends what they've done, really, doesn't it?
It does.
But just treat everybody the same. If you would never ever entertain somebody, if you would ever never entertain someone who did this to a woman, why entertain somebody who did this to a man? That's what I'm saying. Or is it okay to victimize men? Is it okay that men are victims? It's a real philosophical question that I think a lot of people have got to look inward and talk about, especially this Me Too lot. And am I saying that the Me Too movement is bad? I think it may have overstepped the mark. But I think the original idea was pretty good, right? Calling out things that happened. But I think, I don't know.
Do you know what? I really hope they put a radiator in the middle of the jungle. And one of the challenges is he's chained to the radiator and he has to escape, else he gets loads of cockroaches poured all over him.
If they do that, I will donate money to Ant and Dec if they do that.
I thought Ant and Dec had pulled out.
No, they're doing it.
Oh, so he's back on the wagon?
There we go again, yeah.
But I will. Adam.
Yep.
I think that we need to clip what you just said. We need to put it up as a short tag. I'm a celebrity. Boy George needs to be chained to a radiator in the jungle and have critters poured all
No.
over him.
No, you'll just fucking get the channel banned.
Shall we move on? Should we go to Gardens Hour? Let's see what's going on there. There we go. Look, somebody's put a picture of their dailies up, and that's been trending on Twitter. Wonderful. See, that's a nice trend on Twitter. We don't see that very often, do we?
What we're looking at?
Gardens Hour.
Pictures of gardening. And now we're moving on to the Home Secretary. And we don't know what she's done, do we?
Suella Braverman.
Oh.
They're gonna force her to resign, and she's gonna bring down the government.
Of course we know what she's done. She's admitted to six breaches of the ministerial code.
Yeah,
So
so
we
she
pretty
only
much-
used Gmail. It's perfectly safe. I use it all the time for the military. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Do you know, after this happened, I had to fill a questionnaire in that came out from the army saying, please do not use Gmail for anything. And they said, do you use a personal piece of equipment?
Yes.
And I said, no, I don't. And they don't check. They need to check. They need to come to where we work, or they need to go to where everybody is working and check. But they don't.
So I'll tell you what's happened then. This is probably why Keith has been in the Parliament, the Cabinet Office. Because he's gone in there and he's gone, your government is an absolute joke. Okay? We need a general election, and we need a general election now. We cannot have these outrages like Suella Braverman once again breaching the ministerial code. We can't have it. We need a general election, and we need a general election now. That's what he's doing. He's probably been in there for the last 5 hours just going, no, Wishy, we need a general election. Okay? We need I need to be Prime Minister. Prime Minister Keith. And everybody can bow down to me. That is basically what he's been doing, isn't it? Come on, tell me I'm wrong. Come on, John.
No, I don't think you're wrong.
Okay, what's Nigel up?
I don't know. He's agreeing with the Home Secretary. Look, he's obviously got a Gmail account that he sent stuff to the whoever with, hasn't he? And he's got into trouble for it as well. So he's siding with her.
I also think people are very angry about Suella Braverman. I think because she may have used the term invasion.
Well, I'm not angry about Suella Braverman at all. Right? I'm angry about the man who's puppeteering her. I'm angry about the man who caused all this in the first place. I'm angry about the man who has then got the arrogance to put her back in a post which she's just resigned from for breaching the ministerial code.
Yeah.
Because his government has integrity. Yeah. Well, I'm not seeing that. So I think he deserves to fall, and he deserves to fall hard and fast.
Yeah. No,
Do you think that is why Keith has gone to?
Yes.
He probably has. He's probably gone there and said, look, this isn't tenable because I mean, how stupid are you, Rishi Sunak? How stupid are you that you put someone who's resigned from something because they broke the ministerial code, not once but 6 times, right? so you put them back in the same job a week later. What are you thinking? I mean, at least have the decency for her to have served some time on the back benches.
Well,
you know?
yeah.
I mean,
6 days.
okay, she's maybe due. Maybe she probably acted well for you, so you feel duty bound to give her some benefit, but take some time about it. Use the noggin, and this just shows you how poor a decision maker he is. So, I mean, this negates anything he's ever done. Even some of the really bad decisions he's made during lockdown. But this negates all of them, because even if he'd made brilliant decisions, this just shows you how stupid the man is, how arrogant he is, and how bad his decision making is. And he just doesn't deserve to be there. He's just a manipulative little shrew.
Well, I don't think he deserves to be there just for simply what he's done, right? I don't think that anybody who's literally steals.
Rashid!
Yeah, you do. What you need is a button, like Militant Mushroom here says, of Joe
Yeah.
Biden's
Yeah.
clip calling in
Rashid Sunak. What was it? Sunak?
Sunak Rashid or Rashid Sunak.
Rashid Sunak.
Well,
Yeah, we need that clipped.
Yeah.
we need that clipped and turned into a button. You're absolutely right there, Militant Mushroom. You are giving us ideas here. Do you know
Listen.
what?
So
What?
much going on here, though, Ben, isn't there?
In what way?
Well, we've got all these different groups, like this refugee action here. Claiming that there's a massive problem with
There's no.
refugees.
Where's this massive problem with refugees?
Right, listen. 1,000 economic migrants landed on Kent Beach.
Are not refugees. They're not refugees. There's no refugees.
The majority
Even
of
these people coming over on holiday from Ukraine are not refugees. Because if you're a refugee, you do not go back to the country you fled from for a holiday.
No, you're right there, aren't you? Yeah,
They're economic migrants as well. And they're coming over here and living scot-free off our ticket. You know? I mean, for God's sake, people, we are the doormat of the world.
Yeah.
Grow a set of balls and kick these fuckers out.
nothing wrong with genuine refugees, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of them landing on Kent beaches. It appears to be mostly Albanians and economic migrants, and you have to look at the reality of the situation. Just because somebody says they are a refugee does not mean that they are. Just
look at the one today. He said to the guy, "How long have you been in France?" And the guy said 7 years, 5 of that in prison.
It's okay though. Jamie Oliver's got the solution. He can feed everybody for £1.
What with?
Jamie's £1 wonders.
Fuck off, Oliver. You don't know this, really.
Look at the size of that pudding. If you got that pudding in a restaurant, you'd be a bit annoyed, wouldn't you, really? Because it looks tiny. It looks like he's had a teacup for a store.
Do you know what? Yeah, this might sound controversial as well, but I can make pretty cheap, pretty good, pretty wholesome meals. I don't need Jamie Oliver. In Asda, you can get a 7.5 kilogram bag of potatoes for £2.50. It'll make a fuck ton of meals. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
If I can eat that amount of potatoes and you'll turn into an Irishman.
Well, yeah, exactly right. There are now, I ain't got a pot to piss in, so I have to look for these sorts of things when it comes to food. And you find that if you make all your food from scratch, it does end up being cheaper. I will say it does end up being cheaper. It's just about looking for the deals and looking for.
It's terrible though, isn't it? How it's got to this point where we're watching a chef, a celebrity chef, who's probably got like a £5 million kitchen, making £1 wonders in his stupidly expensive kitchen with all these really expensive pots and pans,
But
£1,000 knives.
He's using fucking carbs, so he's just trying to make everybody fat and unhealthy.
Yeah.
Because carbs are cheap food.
Yeah.
And that's why all the cheap people are fat fuckers. It's not because they eat a lot.
Oi!
It's because they eat carbs.
Oi!
Because carbs are cheap.
I'm not that fat. Not as fat as I used to be, anyway.
I'm fat as well. Don't worry about it. I'm poor as well.
Adam's fat, huh?
I was thin when I was better off. Adam's fat because he's a lazy cunt. And he drinks beer all the time.
Oi!
This is ginger beer. This is tonight. Look, if I can get it.
Well,
Bundaberg
that's
ginger
probably
beer.
worse.
Is it alcoholic ginger beer?
No,
But
unfortunately.
that's probably... What the fuck is it flavoured? That's not ginger, is it?
It is ginger, yeah.
It's a funny colour. Is that just your lighting that's turned it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Jamie Oliver. Do you remember when Jamie Oliver cried because Americans were eating the school lunches they were?
Yes.
That was absolutely brilliant. I'm gonna say.
What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say the original form of turkey Twizzlers were fucking lovely, and that arsehole got them banned.
Yep.
Right, that arsehole got my turkey Twizzlers.
Well, to be
taken
fair,
away.
they were probably made of fucking arseholes.
Probably, yeah, but they tasted really good.
Or should I say, cloacas.
But you know, turkey Twizzlers.
Did
are
you
back
know
now.
that? Did you know that birds only have one hole?
And they do, that's correct. Yes, I remember that.
Everything comes out of that fucking hole. Piss, urine, feces, and eggs. They all come out the same hole.
So it's a wildlife show now, is it?
Just give
No,
your
it's
eggs,
just
give
just
your
a
eggs a
bit-
wipe.
Just a bit of education for you, mate.
Look at the majestic bird. As he soars across the sky and shits on your car, know that came out of the same hole as his egg is going to.
So here we've got Albania's trending again. James Daly MP has said so far this year 12,000 Albanians have crossed the channel illegally in small boats. 10,000 of those are adult single males.
Yeah.
So that's quite cheery, isn't it?
Look at the majestic Kent coast as the Albanians arrive on dinghy. They are looking for work to send money home, claiming
But
asylum.
it's okay. They're all potential doctors and stuff like that. Doctors and lawyers, aren't they? Doctors, lawyers, and future PMs.
Yeah, exactly. The only other people that are trending on here are people that are in I'm a Celebrity. So we've got Jill Scott, Kane, Boy George, and the National Front apparently are in I'm a Celebrity too.
Are they
I
really?
don't know who these people are.
Let's see why the National Front's trending. Oh, it's more Braverman. There we go.
Ah, they're comparing Suella Braverman to the white supremacists. Yeah,
Yep.
that's very interesting.
Yes.
Do you know the amount of black people in America I see called white supremacists? And I sit there and go, huh? But it happens quite a lot, right? It happens quite a lot. There are a lot of black people, like the Hodge twins, for example. They've been called white supremacists a whole bunch. And they're like, huh? What are you talking about? But this is how the woke have to mentally sort of compartmentalize the stuff that they believe, because they know that a black person can't be a white supremacist and isn't a white supremacist. But in order to justify their own belief and their own rhetoric, they have to point at the black person or the Chinese person or the Mexican person who believes a certain thing and go, you're a white supremacist. And they do it seriously. This isn't ironically. They do it seriously. And you just go, huh? But this is where we are, 2021, 2022, where black people, Mexicans, Asians are frequently labelled white supremacists. And it goes back to comparing Suella Braverman to the National Front.
Mm. The next one is Manston. What we know about the Manston Migrant HE Centre.
Wasn't that the one that was firebombed?
I think it was. Let's have a look, see if there's anything about that. I'm sure that will. The appalling conditions at Manston and the terror attack at Dover reflect a decades-long campaign. So yeah, different one. There we go.
Oh, hold on. Who
Yes.
called it a terror attack?
Have a
It's not
guess.
been- It's not been labelled a terrorist incident, has it?
Good old Jeremy.
Jeremy
yeah,
Vine, Corbyn.
That's misinformation, Jeremy, because it's not been labelled a terrorist attack.
Oh, Jeremy Corbyn. I mean, out of the Corbyn brothers, Jeremy got all the charisma, right? I've met Piers a whole bunch of times. He's a nice bloke on the surface. You know, he's a nice bloke. I've had a myriad of good conversations with him. You've had a conversation with him, haven't you, Adam?
I have, yeah.
But let's face it, he's not headlining Glastonbury like his brother did.
No, but I mean, Piers is one of those useful idiots we were talking about earlier, isn't he? Where he's been weaponised by some odd group of people that follow him round and make him do things just for laughs, really.
For shits and giggles.
Yeah, exactly.
But to be fair to Piers Corbyn, right? When he is trolling people, and he does it in real life quite often, he is having very much a good time doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, in this day and age, I think that's all that matters, right? You know, let's go out and have a good time. But it's just unfortunate because Jeremy has got all the charisma, and it's just sad that he's a fucking communist. That's all I'm saying.
So we've got Priti Patel, we've got Nigel, and I guess we know why these people are going to be trending. So we don't even need to look at those trends. We've got Perno, and we've got Haribo. Do you want to look at Perno or Haribo?
Is Haribo because of that mugshot?
It might be, yes.
Yeah, Haribo Fangfastics.
Yeah, I think it is. There's a bloke dressed as a Haribo. There's lots of people collecting Haribos tonight because they're all being, you know.
Oh, believe me, the kids have come home with God knows how many Haribos. Actually,
there's a woman there that put only DM if offering Haribo, and she's had lots of weird blokes offering to buy her sweeties. So don't put that in your. There we go. There's the one that we saw earlier. That was quite amusing.
It is quite amusing.
The men who flooded Devon with crack and heroin. Matey in the middle just tucked into these Haribo Tangfastics. He does look like he's had a Tangfastic. That's almost worthy of the New York Post, that one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Almost.
yeah, almost.
We've got Honoured. Should we look at Honoured? See what that's about?
Jeremy Vine. It's going to be Jeremy Vine.
Oh, there we go. Look, there's Gettr with Jeremy.
Oh, right. So this is in the list for tomorrow. But
Right.
is she
Pause there, then.
is she sitting on his knee?
Does look like it, doesn't it?
I think he has his hand
Well,
working there.
Steady, steady.
Listen,
It's
Jeremy
got
Vine.
a touch of the Saviles about it.
Jeremy Vine is a freakishly tall man, right? So
Uh-huh.
he's definitely sitting down now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're right. Is she sitting on his knee?
Mm.
I
It's a
don't-
question that needs to be answered.
Santa,
Yes.
all I want for Christmas is the end of global warming.
And Jeremy finds fingers out of my.
She just turns to him after the picture's taken. How dare you?
How dare you!
How dare you!
Jeremy Vile.
The rest of the people on here are all entertainment from I'm a Celebrity by the looks of it. There's a wrestler in there, Carmella. I don't know what she's done. Let's see what she's done.
No, I don't care.
Carmella shared a heartbreaking story, sending prayers and love towards her way.
I don't care.
Some sort of sympathy. She's in a hospital bed for some reason. Don't know why. What's she done?
Broke a nail.
Probably. Ectopic pregnancy. There we go.
Oh, no, that is sad. That is sad because an ectopic pregnancy is it's a non-viable pregnancy because it forms in the fallopian tube rather than in the womb, and if you try and carry that baby to term, it will kill you.
Thank you, Doctor Ben.
I was just thinking she looks really muscly.
No, I mean this is one of them situations where you have no choice but to terminate the pregnancy because if you don't, you will die.
Yeah.
Right, and it's
Unless
heartbreaking.
you're a man. Oh.
That's very insensitive, John. She does look very muscly. Let's move on.
You know what? I thought giving medical advice dressed as Alice Cooper, medical information dressed as Alice Cooper was right on there.
So that is really it for Twitter.
Yeah, because Twitter's a cesspit.
We've got Deep State trending in politics.
Oh,
Good old Deep State. Paul Pelosi, as we've already spoken about him. Bolsonaro. Yep, there's lots in there.
Don't know what we're going to do with that guy.
you know what?
What?
I'm comfortable. Go to bed soon. So.
Yeah, me too. I'm knocked.
I know it's been a more muted show tonight. We are all very tired. Those two are very ill. And we wanted to give you something, right? Because it's Halloween and it's Halloween night. And whilst it's been a bit more downtrodden and muted, I hope that you've enjoyed it. So we will be back as usual tomorrow at 2 p.m. Hopefully, John's taken enough medication to be back to his perky self. And this explains a lot because you were a bit.
Whoa!
Oh, what?
3 subs up and on 100 Acre Swamp.
Well, thank you very much for those of you that have gone over there.
We're back at 495.
Thank you very much. If you can get us over 500, we'd really appreciate it because then we get access to some extra creator tools.
Shots and 211 views.
Oh, sexy. Thank you very much to everyone that's doing that as well.
And we should finish with this story, Ben.
Go on, then.
Traces of an ancient ocean have been discovered on Mars, raising hopes for alien life.
We've already found water on Mars. What's the problem?
Well, this is an ancient ocean.
Yeah. 3 subs from that short, Ben.
Oh, well. Thank you to those of you who may have
Anyway,
watched that.
yeah, okay, but I thought we pretty much knew that Mars used to have water.
Right,
Well, this is
And still
Gettr.
does. What?
Right, this is not a conversation to be being had without Giorgio Sukalo as a guest.
It is aliens.
I think I might need to use a hair gel tomorrow.
Do it. Do
Do
it.
it.
Channel your inner
Your
Sukalo.
inner Giorgio.
Yeah.
Giorgio, come to me, baby. Come to me during the night.
Do you know
And inspire me.
you're currently channeling your inner Alex Jones?
Alex Jones.
Hi. How you doing there, John?
Buy seeds. Buy my seeds.
Didn't he do that thing where didn't he get up on the table and rip his shirt open?
Seed man. I don't know.
I mean, is it
I really never really followed or watched
like that?
anything. I never really paid much attention to Alex Jones. That was a bit gay.
I know,
What
right?
happened there?
I ripped my shirt.
What were you
open.
trying? You ripped your shirt open?
Yeah.
Or was you just trying to undo your tie?
I ripped my shirt open to channel my inner Alex Jones.
I think we're going to do a right said Fred and rip it off.
We need to get him a Velcro shirt, don't we?
A Velcro shirt. Velcro pants, that's what he needs. Then we can, in fact, if we got him enough Velcro, we can throw him at walls and see if he sticks. It's just a pity he's so bloody big. He'd be quite hard to throw. This is why we need a dwarf. We could have dwarf throwing competitions.
I'm sexy for my shirt.
Oh, you should get a Greta. Greta's quite short, isn't she? Throw Greta around. Mind you, she looks quite sturdy, doesn't she?
She is.
Yeah, she doesn't look like a wee light thing, you know. I think she'd be quite sturdy, and it might be quite difficult to throw her around as well. I think we want a real good short dwarf.
She's a unit.
A unit.
I'm a model. You know what I mean? And I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk. Yeah, I do my little turn on the catwalk.
Okay, thanks for that, Ben. I'm sure Right Said Fred will be in touch.
Hey, I can sing just as good as they can. They can't sing. They're entertaining though.
How many viewers did we have on YouTube?
Right now,
Yeah,
it's 3 of them.
3. It wasn't fucking. I should have just gone to bed.
Yeah, no, I'm not feeling
Probably
loved.
worth my time.
I'm not feeling loved. I'm not feeling appreciated. I'm not feeling it. Boys and
3.
girls.
3.
I know. They never shared it. They never shared it.
Oh.
And then we got all dressed up. Oh my fucking god. She's here, John.
What? Who's here? Got a fright there.
I've even got the pigtails, look.
You
Yeah.
have to do the accent.
I can't do accents like you, Ben.
You have
What you-
stolen my childhood.
I wondered what you were doing there. I thought you were trying to tweak your nipples, but I assume you were trying to actually touch the ends of your pigtails.
That's right.
Hold on. If I put you big screen, and then I'll just do a voiceover. Right, hold on. Give me a second. Let me pop you in.
How dare you?
Hello there, everybody. It is me, Gettr. You have all stolen my childhood with your dreams of economic growth.
You sound like a fucking Scottish version of Greta.
How dare you?
How
Oh. How very dare you?
I'm not done.
Sorry.
I'm not.
I've got to find her again now. haven't I?
What'd you take her away for? To just
No, that's not the one. There's so many Gretas.
triggered.
Oh God.
Hold on. Go. Get her back. Get her back,
I'm gonna
Adam.
find her. No, that's not the right Greta.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, there's Greta in some glasses there. She can see her in my glasses. Yes.
Is that Greta?
Oh,
There she is. She's
I am
back.
back now, John. John, what? Now I have joined the team. What would you like me to do?
Fucking, I'm at a loss.
You asked me to be here, John. You asked me to be here.
I didn't ask for anything.
You very much did. If people
No, it
rewind
wasn't
the
me.
show.
It was that clown Ben that asked for you.
I don't like that one. He scares me.
Yeah, this isn't working.
Shut up, John. Shut up. Oh, Jesus Christ. Greta's over there.
Let's turn Greta off.
Yeah, let's turn Greta off. And John, get
Good
us
night.
out. Get us out of here, would you? Tell him to give us money and let's get out of here.
Yeah, just fucking give us money, you bastards.
Just press the cash button.
Yeah, I'm just gonna press the cash.
We just need cash. I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
Send your cash. Support.
Kofi.com/Jason Dissent.
And
No.
Adam, whilst we're doing the outro, give them the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Sign up to the Discord server. Come and join us over there. And there will be a members only section as well for people that do wish to support us.
I
know
see it's arrived, but I'm not sure how we send it out so that everybody doesn't get it.
We will work it all out. Adam's in control
yeah.
of the Discord, right? Good night.
So with that, good night.
Good night, Adam.
Good night.
Good night, John.
Good night, Ben.
Good night, Pa.
Hi, John Boy.
Good night, Cletus.
Oh, I'm John Boy. Good night, Greta.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, John.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Shut up,
Mushroom.
slave!
Good night, Trudy. Good night, Adam, one more time.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
That's all we've got time for this evening, so it's good night from me. And it's good night from him. Good night. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Daddy.
Stop playing with my bust!
Good night, everyone.
Good night, children.
Good night, Daddy.
You're a what?
A pianist!
Mwah! Good night, everybody.
You have been a delightful audience. So, good night. Thank you.
Oh, my bottom hurts. Mwah! Good night, everybody.
Good night, Elizabeth.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Kim Bob.
Oh, I did love that hamster so. I took it into bed with me every night, you know.
Good night, everybody.
I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have to go now. I've been standing here for a very long time. I think the end of the show must have come and gone.
There you go. That's our solar system. You forgot Uranus. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening. You've been very nice to work to.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Good night, Jim Bob.